everybody. This is Krishna Bhatnagar. I welcome you in my fourth episode of my podcast show, My Talks with You. Today we are going to continue our earlier topic, subconscious, which is part of my book, Maya. We have talked about subconscious and how it is related to Maya. Our existential and the objective reality with which our senses interact every moment and which we hold to be true is either the deliberate projection of the primordial nature or the mechanical movements of its blind force. Whether it is an independent and eternal entity or an aspect of Almighty is a subject matter of speculations. However, most agree that nature is the cause of all manifestation, either on its own or through the unfoldment of the divine will. Illusion. Illusion is the appearance of things differently from what they are actually. It is part of our normal existence. We do not have to be spiritually inclined to notice it. For example, everything in the universe is in a constant motion. But we think as we live in a stable world because we do not perceive the motion unless we pay particular attention to the planets and the stars and the movement of the time. The sky has no color, but to our eyes it appears as blue because of the reflection of the light by the molecules in the air. This is an illusion. This is part of illusion which we see every day but do not acknowledge mentally unless we begin to think about it consciously. Even in the night, we remember the sky to be blue. We consider milk to be a white liquid. This is also an illusion. Because in reality, milk is a combination of several atoms and molecules that come together to give the appearances and taste of milk. The appearance of a person as a combination of the mind and the body is also an illusion. Because man is more than the mere union of the two. A simple analysis of our perceptual experiences establishes beyond doubt that the world is not what appears to be, and what we perceive through our senses is just a superficial reality. What we feel, that is not actual. What we are seeing is something, a superficial reality which we feel is illusion. Science tries to go beyond the visible universe and unravel the truth hidden in the depth of the matter, but at times it gets caught in the appearances of things and layers of complexity that is part of our analytical approach. Our scriptures remind us of this fact when they compare the word to an illusion. It is an illusion because it conceals truth and reveals itself differently each time we perceive it. Actually, this word is false or universally if we see that it is unreal. Not in a physical sense, but in an eternal and absolute sense. The world is an illusion not because it doesn't exist, but because it is not what it appears to be all the time. From an absolute perspective, the material universe is a temporary creation. It changes from moment to moment and is never the same. Nothing is permanent. We cannot say we live in the same world each and every moment of our existence. Every moment things are changing. But we are not able to just understand it, what is happening around us. The senses may take time to perceive the changes that happens in our environment, but changes is what characterizes our world and our existence all the time. Duality and plurality are facts of life. Without them, we cannot make sense of ourselves and our experiences. We should understand this deeply and should not be missed by this ordinary sensory experience of ours. We should pay particular attention to our perceptions and go beyond the appearances of things to know the truth. We can arrive at truth by understanding the various states of our consciousness. For example, when we are awake, everything looks real. We can touch and feel things consciously. But when we are in dream state, the world becomes different. Here we are vaguely aware of what is going on, but from an experimental point of view or experiential point of view, do not know clearly whether what was experienced in a dream is true or not. When we are in deep sleep and our senses are in a state of complete rest, the world almost disappears from the field of our experience. Here we do not experience any duality or plurality. We even lose the sense of self or the ego sense. Thus, for a spiritually awakened person who begin to comprehend the illusion of appearances, the material world presents itself as a stage in which things appear and disappear according to the state of our consciousness, awareness, or you can say inclination. When people are caught in the maze of things, attachment with sansaric things, and develop an attachment with them, they become vulnerable to ignorance and suffering. Why this is important for an individual? How does it matter whether the world is real or unreal? No one can dispute the fact that at any given moment, the world in which we live is real. It does exist in some specific form and state, independent or whether we exist or not. It is real in the physical sense. It is also tangible to our senses. We experience its existence in numerous ways in our minds and through our senses all the time. Right now, all this very moment, we are in a real world. We cannot say the world is an illusion unless we have lost our mind, literally. This doesn't mean it's not an illusion. This is the paradox. The real truth. To understand this, we have to go deeper into ourselves to discover our true nature and meaning of self-absorption. From a dreamer perspective, a dream is real when he is in the state of dreaming. At least that is what we feel when a dream is actually enacting itself out in our consciousness. But what happens when you wake up from your sleep and the dream actually comes to an end? Was the dream real or just a projection of our mind? If it exists, where is it now? Was it an illusion caused by a zillion neurons in our brain or a product of our astral travel? Similarly, what happens to the virtual reality we create in the internet space? When we disconnect the computer from the internet, it's a virtual world. So our world is not much different in its essential aspects from the virtual reality we experience in the internet space. It exists, but in a limited senses. It is a qualified state which perceived differently by different individuals or by the same individual at different times, related to their awareness, state of mind, and expectations. The world is an illusion because it is not what it appears to be. It is never the same. It is an aggregation of matter and a mental construct. Just like a dream, it cannot be different things to different people according to the perception of things and state of mind. It is an irrefutable fact that the world is not same all the time. We do not live in the same world all the time. Just as we do not swim in the same rivers, ocean every time we enter it. Nothing is permanent. Things are changing every moment. Neither are we the same people all the time. We change from moment to moment. Our minds and bodies are transformed and renewed all the time. Many things die and regenerate in us each moment that we live. We do not see all this because we do not pay particular attention to the happening in and around us, or our perceptions are limited. We do not comprehend the truth concerning our existence clearly because we are subject to delusion, moh, attachment, which in turn is caused by the ignorance. Therefore, we believe in many things that are not true. we consider our world is permanent, although it is not. And we live as if we are immortal, although we see death and decay as a part of our existence. Let's end here today. We'll meet in next episode. Till then, goodbye. Take care and be happy. Bye-bye.